I think I'll just catch up if anything. Go for it.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Season 3 Qualifier Tournament EU. We're into our third heat now, and we do have ourselves the GooGooMooMoo versus the Dragonborne. Welcome back, the return of Shushay. We are here watching off of the Medroid's restream. That is his music, not mine. If I need to turn it down, of course, do let me know. And we're going to get this best of 3 underway. I'm the FourCourtJester. You guys are watching us here on Twitch. I am with the S3 IRD. Stream is the word. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing awesome, and it is going to be a pretty interesting one seeing Shushay actually coming back into play. I mean, we were talking about him before, Elo Hell, and other stuff like that, but then he fell off Elo Hell, and now he's back on an interesting team, Dragonborne EU, so we'll see how that works out for them. But GooGooMooMoo, again, another team we totally don't know about. We'll see if that will work out for their advantage.
Yep, this is match 16 in the qualifying brackets. I'm going to post the brackets there in chat. It is a safe link. Some people saying that there's a virus going around under that name, but match 16 all the way down at the bottom, Dragonborne ZUW versus the GooGooMooMoo, which is a hilarious, hilarious name. But either way, we do got a whole bunch of the bands already out of the way. Blitzcrank, Evelyn, Kha'Zix, Zyra, Elise, and Buddy subscription request. I mean Jinzhao.
Jinzhao is going to be a really strong one, just because technically a lot of people have been playing on Zen right now, and unfortunately for not, Zen has been kind of winning games, so we're going to see him going to be disconnected from this one. Picks going and flying really fast for the team, so I don't know if they already picked already from before or something like that, but dang, they are going through it so quick.
Yeah, they definitely seem to know what they want to do, so it's good to see that EU is back on its feet. Hopefully it will stay stable for us, and we can get these games out of the way. A lot of people predicting 2-0 on this matchup.
Not like there hasn't been any other 2-0s. It's been an interesting just tournament overall for the EU side. Just because the EU level of competition usually has ascertained itself that it is a little bit higher than what the NA side is. Well, a little less than the Korean side, but a little bit higher than NA side. But we've seen a lot of stomps, so I guess more of the Herald teams are ready and willing to go through this gauntlet of the round of 32 to get to the last 8 spots for Season 3.
A typical seeding is first to last, all the way up to the middle. And so if these guys did follow a typical seeding, and this is match 16 of a round of 32, that means these teams are pretty much even. I mean, they should be ranked 16, 17 on the ladder. It could be wrong about that, but that's how a typical seeding would go. So I'm hoping for something more of a close game, but of course we do got the NA coming up as well. So we're going to see how this goes through. All right, so the band's already out. You know, pretty typical stuff, except maybe Elise. Not entirely too sure if that's a targeted one or not. Haven't really seen an Elise band. We've seen an Elise player, but wasn't anything really spectacular today. She was able to hold her lane. That's pretty much it. So we do got some of the picks now out as well. Shen, Katarina, that Caitlyn waiting for the last. Could be that Twisted Fate, who again was a big ban earlier in the day, but not so much now. And a Nunu, so we could see a Caitlyn Nunu bottom lane.
Caitlyn Nunu is a very detrimental push lane, especially with that Pilt over Peacemaker on top of the Blood Bow. Lots of damage, lots of critting, lots of good stuff coming out from there. Probably the last pick is going to be either Sona or something safer to go against this Nunu, or even a Tard per se. There's a lot of burst potential that you have with Ezreal, so you can. Oh, there's the Nami pick already over there. Oh, I didn't even see that. And yeah, Jack's going to be trying to be locked in for that last pick. I'm loving what Dragonborne's going to be doing. They're going to be pushing back, but they're also going to be resustaining. That Nami pick we saw last game for the last round. It's going to be really interesting to see if they can utilize it as well for the team of Dragonborne EU.
Yeah, we did see that Nami, and she was on a Nexus, and they swept their game 2-0, very convincing manner. We didn't even get to the 20-minute marks on those ones, so we're going to have to see how well she'll do here. Now, again, we're looking at something that, again, not really Season 3, definitely feels more Season 2, because we got the double AP yet again on Twisted Fate and Katarina lanes.
And double AP is going to be really good, but then again, this is not the traditional AP that you would expect. I mean, Irish Tournament probably going to be picked, but other than that, nothing too much else. And we do see a bye-bye logout probably hopefully not out of the whole client. Hopefully there's no 30-minute logging queues for that one person right there.
We're creating because Vi is restricted.
Ooh.
Did somebody buy restrict? Oh, somebody picked Vi?
Yeah, somebody picked the Vi. It was Shushe that was actually locking that in, and you can't use Vi.
Scumbag Shushe. Why is Vi restricted, I wonder? Because she's the latest champion?
I think so. I would believe so.
I don't know of any game-breaking bugs with her. And I've seen her many times in the Alienware, as well as the CSL.
Meh. I mean, that's usually how it goes with like tournaments. They usually don't allow the last like champion.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever. They'll remake, but other than the Vi pick, everything else seemed pretty solid. But still, again, you know, we were talking about this in other games. We saw an AD mid in Alienware yesterday, that Kazakhs up against a Rise matchup. But today in EU servers, we've been seeing more and more double AP lanes.
Just how EU's been rolling for the last few times. I think it's more over. I mean, it's a safer strat to go double AP than it is to go try to get this 80 bruiser working and try to work out that little bit of, well, I'm going to win early game and hopefully I don't lose any position. Because if you don't win as an 80 bruiser at mid lane, you're just going to fall off really hard. And unfortunately for not, that's not one of those things. Well, I guess GGMM doesn't want to even take into consideration.
I wonder if we're going to see some troll bans coming out, like CLG equals EG or something. Although there's nobody with an equals in their name, so let's just ignore that part. But it looks like they are going to start it back up. Once again, the Vi music will carry us through the picks and bans.
Oh man, that intro song, I think I've heard it a little too much now.
So much over the last 2-3 weeks.
You know that person actually, Nikki Taylor, she's what, 20,000 followers now on Facebook. Congratulations for Riot kind of publicizing, making some great publicity for that singer right there.
Looks like it'll be the same bands, but I think she had 2,000 overnight as when Vi released, and people were just all talking about the song. So yeah, it does not surprise me. There are millions of League of Legends players out there. Kind of surprised that less than 20,000 actually hit up that subscription. So exact same bands. Looks like we're just going to go through exact same pick order as well. But guys, if you are just joining us from the Medroid stream, I'm the FourCourtJester. With me here is the L3 IRD, the Bird, and the stream is the word for that one.
Yeah, definitely. And other things we gotta talk about, probably the jungles. I think it was it's not Zin, but it's Lee Sin jungle for sure. Do you actually remember what was GGMM's jungle? GooGooMooMoo?
Wasn't, yeah, no, it's Nunu Caitlyn lane. They had Shen? I want to say Shen.
Probably Shen. I would say so. And Shushe's gonna move a repick. Then pick up that.
No, Jhin was banned. Never mind.
Yeah, I was about to say Jhin now, but it's not Jhin. She's gonna pick up Cho'Gath now? That's gonna be interesting.
People are saying that Vi is age restricted, kind of like what Reynolds is. It's like, that's interesting. Yeah, if your Annie's age or older, you're fine. That makes sense. Definitely can't be an age restriction there. Yeah, it was Shen. Okay.
And there's a Hummerdinger pick? No, I don't think it was Hummerdinger.
It'll be Nunu. They already locked in by that point. So yeah, instead of Vi, it will be that Jace. So I'm thinking Jax top, Jace mid, or because we already got that Ezreal there.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to say it, and hopefully they'll get spoiled later. But wow, if this is Shushe still playing mid, Shushe mid with Jace, that's kind of heralding back to the OGN this season with the team of, I think it was Najin Sword that actually did it, where they had Maknoon, it wasn't Maknoon, it was Song playing mid Jace, pushing on turrets and winning by under 20 minutes.
I think I remember that game, because I've also been seeing like mid Jarvan coming out of the Korean teams, and Jarvan seems to be more and more of a popular mid.
Yeah, well, Jarvan is a good assassination character. I mean, we saw it today. I think it was the second game of the first game of AAA. Went like 9-0 something. Yeah, pretty good. Kind of carry just get through around, and especially with Jarvan, just all the counter gank potential and also the damage potential that you get with the monster standard on top of Dragon Strike. But we're about to lock into the game, and I feel like this is probably Shushe going to be mid with that Jace, or I mean, it could be top lane Jace and then mid lane Jax, or mid lane Lee Sin, Jax jungle. There's so many things and possibilities that could happen.
Well, if they're not going to switch out Lee Sin and his smite, but yeah, definitely a Shen going to be off into that jungle. He does have that ghost as well, so no flash out of him. More barriers. We're seeing more and more barriers today, but cleanse on Hosan. Barrier is going to be there on, I'm going to say Caitlyn, I think it's Potme Hood. But we also got that teleport on Katarina, so I'm kind of more leaning towards her going top.
No, still going to be mid. Remember we saw today the mid teleport. Oh, actually, you're right. Probably going to be because TF is probably going to be mid, but
yeah, TF6 is kind of too important to put top, right?
Yes, but the thing is, you know, Katarina with that teleport's going to be really global as well, and TF gank, and then on top of that, the Destiny Gate in. You're going to have the teleport coming in on top of that. It's going to be something dead for Dragonborne if we do see it, but unfortunately for not, we'll see if everything will work out together. I feel like Dragonborne wants to win this game pretty early, especially with the setup that you have. With Nami, Ezreal, and of course of Jace.
Man, that Diana music.
Diana music is so tame and calm and chilling, in a way that it's like sad chilling.
You know what? They're probably going to play one more song. It's going to line up perfectly with the game start. Man, that Medroid's a genius. Oh my god. All right. So probably that Twisted Fate mid, gonna throw that Katarina top. It's really like Shushe still is mid, if I do recall.
He has played top before. He could do that. I don't know. Shushe could be a trickster, Mun trickster. So I remember him playing Shaco in like a tournament, getting sort of a call at that mid lane. I think he did Shaco top lane for, I think OGN or something like that. And yeah, I mean, Shushe is Shushe. You can't really expect something out of him. You could expect the medals, but you can't really expect anything really out of him.
He's also the only one with an honorable ribbon. Toxic, man. Toxic.
There's honorable ribbons, man. I don't know how to get those. There's seems so far away.
You don't have one?
No,
I'm
I don't.
The only person I know without one. Then.
Thanks. So you guys that honorable or that health or their teamwork worthy or what is it, friendly is the other one? Or that friendly either.
Friendly,
ESL.
Friendly, teamwork, helpful, and honorable. Yeah. Man, I like looking at these buddy subscription requests. ESL Durden. I think I know that.
I guess ESL wants to come in. AoE Slayer from TF and Taunt from Shen can win fights with Cat ulti. True, but I mean, technically Cap just coming in right after a good TF stun card wins games too. I mean, Cat's level 6 is just burst potential when you have that Death Lotus, but on top of that, probably level 3 of Sinister Seal on top of that Shimpo just in there. You do so much more damage when you hit that mark on, and it just snowballs from there. If you can get snowball a Cat, you snowball a game pretty easily to your favor.
Definitely one of the more snowball-y champions out there. I almost feel like LeBlanc falls into that category as well. Just by mid-game, she has 10 kills under her belt. Yeah, she's going to start insta-gibbing people. It's really sad. All right, game going to start. Game number 1 of the best of 3, Dragonborne versus the GooGooMooMoo. I guess you should say that the other way around. The GooGooMooMoo here going to be on blue, Dragonborne there on red, and it is going to be Shushe. You know, one of the more requested names to watch here in the tournament. Not entirely too sure why we didn't do the Lowland Lions, but good to see that the server is at least stable enough, and we will get this one rolling. I still hear music, though.
I think it's just for the loading screen right now. GooGooMooMoo, I guess they're also named Vismeyer. I don't know what that actually means, but hey, there you go. So we'll see if GOM/GooGooMooMoo can win this one out, or Dragonborne EU. Definitely going to have a notable name with Shushe over there work out for the win for this one coming up.
Alright, asking Medroid if he can put it into colorblind mode, because I know that Nat Nugent was doing a Twitter. He's saying that it's no good for him because he is colorblind, and without it, it just makes the games less enjoyable. So hopefully we'll see that come out, but just waiting up for those skins. Diamond, 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 Shushay, Diamond. Yeah. And once again, GooGooMooMoo, a whole unrated team.
I guess it's all from Season 2. Those rank 5s are it's powerful. I'm guessing Shushay had a little bit of altercation or something like that. And actually, probably didn't get Diamond with the team that he's actually on right now.
And there goes the music. All right. Now, some people are saying it's East versus West, so a better explanation is that Riot just made them accounts on West and gave them everything for the tournament.
Oh, there you go. That's probably a better little thing right there. Yeah, I do have a little bit of ping issue anyway, so that makes sense.
Oh, we have colorblind mode on. Great. Alright, so yeah, Medroid looks like he's lagging a little bit. I hope this is server, not server lag, but more Twitch lag. But, you know, off the bat, lots of boots, lots of pots, a few flasks here and there. We do got the machetes for our junglers as well. Waiting for Medroid to also reorder everything. But a little bit of an invade. Dragonborne going to get caught out there by Luigi. No, Luigi? I don't know, Shen. But he is going to be able to see this, so maybe not exactly what Dragonborne wanted. So if we went for the red first on Lee Sin, denying the red out of Shen, other than the deny, it doesn't feel like that big a deal. Like, it's not like either of them are really dependent upon those blue buffs, as they are both manaless.
Yeah, they're not going to really use anything. So red is very essential to control, but I feel like it's just, well...
It's Broken Shard pressure. I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah, well, that and also Broken Shard just really needs to get a little bit of a lane advantage, I would say. Probably wants to either snowball mid, which would probably be the best case because Shushay is playing Jace, and just run it from there. I mean, Dragonborne's ultimate goal in about 10 minutes is at least push down one tower, make sure that that's down over at middle. But overall, they're going to provide pressure somewhere, and where it's going to start is where Broken Shard and the team of Dragonborne want to actually attack in.
Well, no invades, no level 1s. Still got some scouting going on in that top lane, but we'll be Katarina top against that Jax, so we'll be Shushay mid on that Jace. Now, very likely not going to be that AP Jace, but yeah, we're going to start off blue. Lee Sin going to be getting that, Shen with his red, so it's pretty much just business as normal. And now, what do you think about this bot lane matchup? I mean, we've seen Ezreal numerous times today. Now he has Nami on his side up against Caitlyn, and for the first time today, Nunu. What do you think of that match?
I mean, Nunu is a very good, I guess, EU more centric right now, but I mean, he's using the NA as well. Just a lot of split bow is going to be used and trying to get down on that Nami. Nami, I mean, is a great support. Only thing is, the ebb and flow is a little bit on a long cooldown, so you're going to take a lot of it and more hits. But then again, ebb and flow, you have this double kind of procs that happen into it as well. And Ezreal is one of those AD carries that actually gets in a little bit closer. I mean, overall, it should be a tie, but I feel like Caitlyn Nunu should have the advantage because, again, attack speed is a pretty overrated or underrated attribute, and truthfully, that's the attribute that you really need for that Caitlyn.
I liked when we had that Aqua Prism going down. It actually hit both of them, and as soon as we came out, Nunu went to just body block the Mystic shot. Unfortunately, he didn't actually get it, but that's a good mentality from the support, just trying to block it out throughout those snowballs as well. So far, they seem to be trading actually really well. Hosan getting extremely low, but mid lane is going to be that gank. Shushay getting 2-on-1, is going to just try to get as much movement speed as he can, shifting into hammer form, but using that flash. Really good work there from Shen. Coming in, putting up that pressure. Now we do not have that flash next time, and we don't have any ignite for Shushay. He does have that teleport, so just got to be thinking right now is Twisted Fate that he should be able to put up the pressure fairly well.
Yeah, I'm truthfully saying that Dragonborne is doing some interesting stuff. We do see Caitlyn into a lot of bit damage. Hosan was actually pretty low as well, but Shushay losing that flash is going to be a point of contention. Hopefully Broken Shard can get a good gank to help out that Shushay while Shen's kind of waiting in the brush right over there at mid as well.
And it's interesting how in the span of one gank, Hosan went from almost dead to full health, and at the same time, Pop Me Hood it went pretty much all the way down. But again, coming into this mid, Shushe, we got a teleport coming in as well. Katarina's going to come on down. Shushe looking for that kill. Katarina will be able to pick up the first blood. Did not have a flash to get on that. Shunpo in under the tower range. Broken shard, however, able to turn it back around. But Luigi here, able to go under that tower, and 8 hit points stopped him from going down into a 2 for 2. But a nice pickup there from Gum as they're now able to take the lead with the first blood. But this is going to leave Jax to free farm top.
I mean, Jax is going to free farm, but that was a great little play by Katarina getting that first kill. And technically, the way that I think it was Elo, it wasn't Elo, it was Elo Hell did with their Katarina and I Am Singapore, just running at that. They kind of beat out Absolute Legends NA because of that Katarina, just having that teleport, getting that first kill, and then just re-roaming, getting some more kills. And unfortunately for not, if you don't stop that Katarina slow ball early, it's not going to be very great later on.
Yeah, guys, can't actually do anything with that scoreboard, but Hosan going in a little bit too deep is going to pop both the flash as well as the cleanse. He should be a-okay. Move right back there as well. Should be able to get some ebb and flow healing going, but a little low on mana at this point. So lots of pressure going all around, but it's Shen just putting up, making these opportunities. I wonder if we're going to see, you know, another snowball-y jungle game.
Probably not. I would think that Shen would give up a little bit more pressure in that later go, but then again, early go, technically Lee Sin is a lot better. Unfortunately for not, Lee Sin can't really do anything if he's down 1 kill. But we'll see how that goes, because you know Shen's gonna go rebuy and see what it'll go back with. And right now the biggest thing is Shishe 35, 36 CS to 32. We'll see if that can actually just keep up going, and definitely the top lane, Jax versus Katarina. They need to neutralize this Katarina before she gets really, really fed.
Well, she's sitting at 1-1-1, but she has been part of both kills, and she did come back to lane with just the boots. And this is something that we're not really seeing, like, top laner. She didn't even go flask, just 8. I think that's an 8 potions and boots.
Yeah, that is 8 potions and boots. I mean, Sork Shoes in general is going to be really good against Jax, because again, Jax is not a typical magic resist kind of person to actually pick up early. Slash, it's really hard to pick up magic resist early anyway. So he did go into the double door blade, so he's going in for more damage. I mean, as long as he just farms up as well as he can do enough damage to counteract what Katarina can bring in. But if Katarina can keep on getting more kills and such like that, then it's going to be pretty troublesome. But we do see a blue play for Dragonborne over here. They're going to try to steal this blue away from TF, which is actually going to be a really, really strong play.
Now, talking about that CS scores bottom, as we're looking at Caitlyn versus Ezreal, they are going to be able to reset a bit. It's actually Ezreal pulling ahead in terms of the creeps against Caitlyn. If you notice that, we might have that Blood Boy on attack speed advantage, but she's not getting these last hits. In fact, they're almost looking zoned in parts of these matchups.
I think it's just the wild card of what Nami brings in, especially with that Void Prison. I mean, you can't really, Aqua Prison, you can't really get around it per se. And if you get caught in it, you're just going to be taken away. But we do see a TF gank get in. Hosan is probably going to be down, but the Aqua Prison saving him just for a little bit longer. Unfortunately, not still getting taken down by that TF.
Yeah, delaying the inevitable, but again, that's why you put that TF in the mid, not the top, so that he can gank both lanes. And you know, if you think about it, we got 2 globals ready to go, TF and Shen. So you know, TF can teleport, put a stand united on top of him, and it kind of works like you're just hitching a ride with Shen. So we could see some pretty powerful ganks coming out at the same time. Now, it does look like Broken Shard going to try to do a little bit of counter jungling, is going to get caught out there with Shushe, so a little bit of altercation there at the blue, but we're pushing hard on this bottom lane while Ezreal has gone back for a little bit of a shopping spree. He does have those boots, Adorans, and now the Vamp Scepter with a longsword, so might be going towards with a longsword. What do you think? That Trinity Force first?
Possibly, or just getting the longsword, getting ready for Black Cleaver as well. It's a little bit of possibilities, but I think that longsword is just going to be saving up for a little bit more. I mean, I've even seen, technically it's not the best idea, but Ezreal's taking in Manamune as well. A lot of possibilities, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was ATF, because we've been seeing Trinity Force throughout, actually, through this whole tournament right now.
Yeah, EU definitely seems to favor the Season 2 variant of Trinity Force. But look at this, there's a Shunpo in the Stand United able to just grab with that Shadow Dash. Not looking good for Jax as he's had to eat now 2 ultimates. Not going to be getting that way out of that one. So Shen just going to tank the tower. And that's going to be a kill for Katarina. So as you said, you know, trying to keep her down is going to be a little harder than we thought. But at the same time, Dragonborne going to take this opportunity to grab an early dragon. So again, another theme that we've been seeing all day is those sub 10 dragons.
I mean, that was just because Shen had used his ultimate top to actually go up there and can't really contest that no matter what. Dragonborne said, okay, we'll take the dragon, catch up on this gold lead. Unfortunately for not, they're still down 3 kills, and they're down a little bit of gold. Nothing too judgmental. We'll see if Katarina can keep on pushing over that top lane. But overall, I feel like Dragonborne's falling a little bit behind, and GooGooMooMoo, GooGooMooMoo is pushing a little bit ahead, and I'm liking what GooGooMooMoo is doing right now.
Apparently my Skype volume reset for you, so people are saying that you're quite a bit louder. Hopefully I have fixed it. Sorry about that, guys. Volume issue. It should be better now, but yeah, 4-1, Mr. Bird, looking at a 1,000 gold lead. Probably our closest game today.
Yeah, definitely, because both teams are still kind of in the zone. Like at 10 minutes of the last series, I mean, what was it, like 10-0, 16-0 by 10 minutes? A little bit more even, I would say.
Yeah, well, there's a very big difference between games at the 10-minute mark that are 10,000 gold difference versus just the 1. Might be 3 kills, but we do have that dragon on Dragonborne's side. So, dragon on Dragonborne. I wonder if they're going to be able to keep that up.
So they're going to kill their own dragon? That's unfun, but Nami actually going to get killed out right now. Movette's going to try to save himself. Ebb and Flow plus the flash out are going to be okay from there. Going to see the ultimate come in, and Jace, Shushe coming in with a great teleport, getting that to the skies movement and able to shut that down. Gets the acceleration gate on top of the shock blast. Is he going to finish it up? Hosan, you're not tanky, bro. We'll see if you can tank it all the way. And it's going to be TF going to try to get that kill. As you can see the cleanse coming out, and Movette going to have to use that exhaust to try to deny. Great shock blast from that acceleration gate, and there you go. There is wow, Katarina getting up the kill and getting a double kill.
Once again, teleport coming into play. Very big map presence right now from the GooGooMooMoo. In fact, Shushe now getting a little bit caught there in the jungle. Down comes his team just to put up that pressure and make them back off. So he will live out of that, and he did, I think, get himself 2 kills. He is sitting at 2-1. I know he got at least 1 with the Nunu at that last shock blast, but again, like, these teams are really converging on top of each other's ganks and putting up counter pressure pretty much on the spot.
I mean, the one big thing about this for Dragonborne is their late game. The late game's not going to favor them at all, even though Jax is a great hybrid carry. Mason kind of falls off. Nami is really unknown and unrelative to everything that is the late game, but she's not the greatest in that mid to late game. Ezreal kind of falls off in the late game as well, so we're going to rely on Jax and pretty much protecting Shushe as well to get in there while you have so much global presence with GooGooMooMoo, with that Shen, with that TF. There's just a lot of presence that GooGooMooMoo is going to bring into this later game, where right now in the mid game, GooGooMooMoo is in the late, and you don't want that for Dragonborne EU if you're trying to finish this up early and done.
And there's the controversial Katarina skin as she did head on back to town. First item there picked up for Jace. Yeah, Brutalizer. We're very likely to see that cleaver coming out first, but he went cooldown boots and he has himself a tier. Could we see a Muramana from him late game?
Possibly yes, but then again, that tier won't have to be built into a Muramana anytime soon.
Nope.
Black Cleaver is probably going to be on the mind of Mr. Shushe over there, so we'll see that happening. 87 to 110 on the CS score, and we do see a gank about to happen. Shen using that ghost, trying to get in onto Movet.
True Shot Barrage coming out. Hosan just trying to get on out of this one. Tidal Wave going to be burned out as well, but we got that Pink Ward there in the brush. Not going to be quite enough with the Absolute Zero, but Shen, I think with the Vorpal Blade, able to pick it up. Now he's going to on town with Hosan. A great shift, but the ace in the hole is literally the ace in the hole. That's why you cast it last. Good luck getting out of that one. 8-3 now for the GooGooMooMoo as we're going to go up here into the jungle. We got Shen's ult coming out as well. The Stand United now makes it a 3 versus 1 on top of that Jax. did have the deadly dance coming out, but here comes the rest of the team. Shushe jumping in, looking for the on top of Shen. Not going to be quite grabbing it yet, but Shen, for some reason, Shadow dashes right on into his own death. But we are able to take down Broken Shard and picking up the double there for Twisted Fate. Not exactly what Dragonborne wanted in that exchange, but GooGooMooMoo will take it, sitting at now at a 10-4 in 14 minutes.
GooGooMooMoo not going to be pushing up to this middle tier 1 turret. Going to be able to probably time out Dragon or, you know, guess around it. Dragon is about to be up in about 1 minute or so, so we'll see that come into play. Popping Hood going to be popping some of that turret health down and should be going down. Good job by Caitlyn picking that one up, and that is the second turret for GooGooMooMoo, and they're taking a decisive lead a little bit. It's only way 2k now, but 10-4 on the kill score. What can Dragonborne do really to come back into this right now?
It just seems that their mechanics are just not... They seem more solo-esque rather than team-esque. Like GooGooMooMoo, like they're calling out all these ganks, they're calling out these teleports, they're calling out the Shen ult, the TF ult, like they're all coming to each other's rescue. It doesn't quite feel as close-knit there for Dragonborne. And let's take a quick look at the lanes. Jax, really ahead of Katarina in CS, but she has all the kills. But again, bottom lane, we might have 3 deaths on Ezreal, but he has 121 creeps up. So, I mean, the mechanics are there. I just need to see them a bit more tight-knit.
As you see, Dragonborne now going to be pushing up onto the bottom lane turret. I can agree with that. There's a little bit of solo queue mentality into this, and GooGooMooMoo in a really precarious situation. The whole team of Dragonborne is actually going to be coming in and converging onto it, and we'll see if Dragonborne actually go finishes someone up over in that dragon.
Yeah, who's actually going to be picking it up? It will be red team, so Dragonborne keeping to their dragon. Scumbag Demon in the back, just really low hit points. Wondering if he's just contemplating his flash. Ace in the hole going out, no kills on the board, but everyone's kind of low here on GooGooMooMoo. Maybe invested a little bit too much. A nice double kill there for the Caitlyn, one for the Katarina as well, and Dragonborne unfortunately get aced and not able to take that Katarina to the grave with them. Only that Shen, but they got the dragon. I don't think it makes up for it though.
No, not a 5-for-1 plus the dragon. That does not definitely keep up with that, especially if the second middle turret will actually go down, and especially with that Blood Ball on top of that. They're going to be able to push this, and there is nothing Dragonborne can actually say about this to go back on it.
2 towers to 3. Googoo able to take their third one. So in terms of the global gold, you know, 3 towers to the 2 plus the 2 dragons, we're actually kind of winning out a little bit on TV. It's really the only thing keeping the gold differences as close as they are, only about 3,000 gold as he did say. Take a quick look at some of the items. I'm looking at Ezreal, and Ezreal went Last Whisper first. That's what the blade ended up for.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting to start out with, truthfully, but hey, I mean, it's going to help out damage output in general. I mean, they're going to rely on Jax, and Jax right now only 0-2-1, plus the top of that has a Hex Trigger and a Vampiric Scepter. Interesting to see that come out from him, and the Lisa and Broken Shard. 64CX330 has a Warmox to tank up for the team. Kind of interesting on the builds over there for Dragonborne. I feel like they can build a little bit I mean, they're building it for the late game, obviously, but I mean, are they going to actually get to that late game? We'll see if that is actually coming up soon.
You can see a lot of the gold centered there on top of Twisted Fate and Katarina, 7,000, 6,000 respectively. Nobody cracking 6,000 quite yet for Dragonborne, but they do got 3 in the high 55,000s, 5,500s. Top tower going to drop, however, that's not good for the Dragonborne. 4-2 in that regard. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, a lot of penetration coming out early. We got that Brutalizer, now we got that Last Whisper for the Dragonborne, but did you notice Caitlyn? Caitlyn had herself an Avarice Blade. That makes a Static Shiv, doesn't it?
It makes a lot of things, truthfully, but yeah, Static Shiv would probably be the one on there. And another thing that's really interesting, Katarina Sunfire Cave. A lot of people were saying that magic damage penetration. Magic damage penetration on that. I mean, overall, Katarina's just doing way too much damage anyway, so, I mean, having that extra tankiness, probably would like to see a GA maybe, but, I mean, Sunfire Cave, you get that extra health. It's like Rallies. On top of that, you do a little bit of poke damage as well, so I'd like the pick, and especially against all this armor heavy or 80 heavy champions, it's going to work out.
Oh man, that combo. going in with the Shunpo and the Stand United, going straight on top of Helsan. There goes the Destiny as well. Tidal Wave's just coming out really too late in that regard, and down goes that Ezreal for a nice 0-5 performance thus far. This is a danger zone for the top tower.
Yeah, but it's going to be defended pretty okay. I mean, Pothead is going to have to back away from it, but he's going to be able to filter it even more, actually. Wow, great job by the team of GooGooMooMoo now pushing on their advantage. Did you see that game? That game was just beautifully done. Katarina getting in there, getting Shen ulted, and then ultimate on top of that with that Destiny Gate in by TF. Just beautiful stuff that happened right there, and GooGooMooMoo really showing themselves as a pretty good team right now, doing some really good communication. Although the CS scores do limit them a little bit, and we'll see what'll happen next game if they can work on their fundamentals just a little bit. But overall, doing a really good job as a team, and Dragonborne kind of have to be worried about this because truthfully, yeah, they're definitely not in a position for a winning style right now.
Well, 20 minutes has now passed. Are we going to see a surrender vote? At this point, again, 16-5 is, I think, the closest we've actually seen two teams perform today, because there's only 5,000 gold difference between these. But I really do like the comp that we got running here for the GGs. You know, we have the Shunpo in with the Stand United, Destiny after that, or you can Stand United on the Destiny to jump over there. Or you could just Stand United on a friend, Destiny comes in, and now you got a 3-man defensive game going. Like, they have a lot of control, especially with adding a teleport into the fray, because Katarina can just jump to a nearby ward.
And with Katarina jumping anywhere and literally everywhere onto the team of Dragonborne, on top of that, she's kind of fed 716. I mean, that's kind of a good score, truthfully. And yeah, that's just not good picking for Dragonborne to actually try to engage upon it. I mean, they can't really even pick off anyone, literally, and I don't know what Dragonborne's going to do. I mean, they can see us more and more, but they're just going to keep on losing these team fights, at least for another, like, 15 minutes, and Dragonborne have to really just drag it out probably another 10-20 minutes to really catch up. But even then, you just don't know what will happen. I mean, Dragonborne is building up to a late game again. Last Whisper, Warmogs, getting that healthiness, but I mean, is it really gonna matter in the next 5 to 10 minutes when GooGooMooMoo is probably gonna get another ace? We'll see.
There's that static shiv now on Caitlyn as well. 317, she's done okay despite the fact that she's 50 creeps down against her counterpart, but 0-5 versus 3-1. It might be a little bit of a lower creep score, but I would say that Caitlyn's actually performing just a little bit better than that Ezreal. So Ezreal does have himself that pickaxe now. Could be an Infinity Edge, but it is going to be extremely delayed.
Yeah, that, or it could be a Blade of the Ruin King. I mean, it spells Water Cutlass or Buster a little bit from there. And this is something that Shishi does, and now does he make a whole team of people that are very innovative in their builds as well? We'll see if that actually happens. Dragon taken by GooGooMooMoo pretty uncontestedly, actually, so really good stuff from GooGooMooMoo to keep on taking that free gold and making themselves go up to 6k gold.
Well, we do have that Ruby Sightstone on Nami, but the wards are more kind of centered towards the top of the jungle area rather than the lower. The blue buff, the dragon, the enemy red, the river. So, yeah, they are kind of limited on their vision, but it's really not that much of a different situation for the GGs either. They got one there in the top and a few by dragon as well as the lower river area. And I think those are some Caitlyn traps kind of in the bush. We got a pause coming out, however.
DC.
I wonder who disconnected. Oh, we were doing so well too. 22 minutes into the game.
Oh man, unfortunately for that, there is going to be a disconnection. But yeah, I guess they're ready. What?
Huzzah! We'll take it. Okay, so get this game back rolling. 16-5. It's at about 5,000 gold difference. Still a big difference in towers, but it's really those dragons just keeping them in the fray. But well, Dragonborne unfortunately just missing that third one.
Yep, and we'll see a Dragonborne that can actually come back into it. Looking at the builds right now, let's look at the GooGooMooMoo side. Looking like Sightstone being built up, plus the Shirilla is probably going to be built up for that name. It doesn't have any boots 2 yet, but there you go with that. TF409, the unheralded one from all this madness and the globalness. Deathcap, Void Staff. Sounds like a pretty good penetration game that he's going to be working with over on top of those sword shoes. And then you got the Leandre's Torment almost building up. and ready for that Katarina. Shushay battle going down and bottom, kind of farming up. Really interesting to see that there is a gate and there is a Jax, kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, Destiny will reveal you, bro, so you were not safe there in that bush. 4-on-1, absolutely no chance. He does drop. He did have that Hex Tech activate, and that's really the only magic resist on the team at this point. So we might have that Void Staff, but there's really nobody to really hit with it. And look at that gold, 10,000 gold in the bank there for Twisted Fate, 8.5 for Katarina. And yeah, Caitlyn is 1,000 gold above her counterpart despite that creep difference.
Yeah, definitely is not a good thing for the team of Dragonborne, who now have to contest this Baron. Hot-Hood is actually have to be taken out really low, so this is going to steal the retreat of GooGooMooMoo. And is it this time for Dragonborne to actually close it out on the team? They are not going to do that, and they're just probably just going to go back right out their middle turret, try to defend it a little bit longer over there by the inhibitor. Oh, or they're going to take this turret.
Well, mission successful. They stopped the Baron, and that was kind of their plan. They didn't steal it, they didn't get any kills, but they stopped it, and that's something that they don't have to deal with, at least for another few moments. So getting another tower into their belt will bring it just that much closer to parity, but with that entire mid lane gone, any ace could result in some really devastating damage on their team.
Yeah, definitely, and you'll see Dragonborne just kind of reformulate into the lanes. GooGooMooMoo going back right up to mid. I feel like this is time for Dragonborne to actually come back into it, but then again, I said that late game, Dragonborne doesn't really have a good chance per se. I mean, we'll see. I mean, Shushay is doing enough damage, and we're going to see another pause come up because I think Ezreal actually disconnected as well.
This is not a good sign again, DC. Shushay this time saying it, so. Aaron, hey, talking to Medroid in the chat. GG. Yeah, Hosan actually. Yeah, good call, Ezreal. Out of the party. So 17-5, 5,000 gold difference. A little bit late on the Trinity Force coming out from Jax as well, because he did stop to make that Hex Drinker after kind of realizing all the magic damage coming out. You know, it probably was a good pickup, but again, he's really the only person with any kind of magic resist. We got a Chalice now though on Nami, so they'll bump her up a little bit, and now Lee Sin has himself a no magic. So at least they're responding to this this AP.
I'm liking the Chalice that's going to be built on Nami. It's probably going to be a Mikhail's Crucible actually going to be used for that. And again, Mikhail's Crucible is really cool. Cleanse debuff, but on top of that is the heal, and then you have the ebb and flow on the heal on top of that. It could work for an advantage to keep Shushay alive, and it is kind of protect the Shushay, protect the Spentex. I mean, we'll see over there. And Hosan, I didn't actually know this is Metal X. Kind of remember the Metal X name from the EU West kind of fights and files.
Yeah, Metal X does kind of ring a bell, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of like what Overpow did earlier.
I don't think he's a Han player though, truthfully.
Now you know why Froggen hasn't been streaming. He's been DDoSing everyone. Yes, that works. Definitely works. Why do we not have a scoreboard anymore?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
Medroid's been doing some creative working with this directed camera right now.
Yeah, alright, so clearing out some of these wards. You got that Oracles on Nami. It's going to at least limit the vision here of the GooGooMooMoos a little bit, but still, 17-5, they're definitely in the dominant position. Ezreal trying to do a little bit of poke on top of Katarina, but she's gotten extremely tanky, and now we're thinking of a Rylai's as her next item. She does have a second Giant Spell in her inventory.
She's going to be working up a pretty big storm. Going to be about 2.5k health by the end of making the Rylai's crystals up there. So I'm liking that. But overall, the off-tankness of Katarina plus on top of that, the damage output that you can get. I feel like Leandre's Torment should have been probably built out first, but then again, Leandre's Torment, Sunfire Cape, it's about the same thing that you're doing. Engagement coming in, spot the Nexus, he's going to go right on Scumbag. Scumbag has his back away, and then we're going to see the Shen back away as well. Luigi or Luki having back away from that, and another kind of position Dragonborne actually defended. That burst coming from Jason. On top of that, the Jax Counter Strike is doing some work against that GooGooMooMoo lineup.
I'm just calling them the GGs.
About to call them that too.
But they might have been able to defend, but I mean, how many ultimates was that? 1, 2, 3 ultimates, no kills. and the tower still got chunked down extremely low.
I mean, ultimately, the Dragonborne have been down since pretty much the 5-minute mark, I would say. 5-6 minute mark, especially from that level, that dive that happened at red mid. So we'll see what Dragonborne can do, but they've been playing catch up, and they've been holding up their lines. I mean, again, they all have to kind of hold off till about 20 minutes in. Probably in that 35-36 minute mark, we'll see some turns over in general, but Dragonborne can catch out one of the members without Shen or TF ulting in and clean up the rest. It might work in the favor of Dragonborne.
Well, it does look like a little bit more of a passive point in the game, just doing a little bit of more farming. Really wish we had a scoreboard, but at least we got color mode now, so GG Nat is going to be able to watch the games in full colorblind glory. But still, 28 minutes in, this is probably approaching our longest games of the day as well.
I think so, because the first game was about the time like that happened right now, and there's no inhibitors, nothing really going to be said about taking Nexus right now. So Dragonborne's going to be in this. We're going to say GooGooMooMoo. GooGooMooMoo is going to be in this as well. I'm just going to keep on calling that, even though it's going to hurt every time I do call it. But there you go with that. GooGooMooMoo actually picking up the dragon as well. Kind of looking at it as a bear, and interesting.
The only advantage now we have for the global gold is those 2 towers, and of course 12 kills worth of gold under the belt here of the GooGooMooMoos. But again, a little bit more of a passive coming out. People just really trying to up their farm, pick up that last item before a team fight. They have also been escorting Nami around quite a bit with that Oracles, looking for some of those wards, and they've pretty much successfully de-warded majority of the important places. They should be able to find some more if they do head on towards their red, but hey, at least it's an Oracles. We haven't seen really anything of that kind from the GooGoos, but as I say that, looking at Scumbag Demon, he does have it ready to roll.
Oh my gosh, this gank again. There's the Shen, but Shen actually getting denied because of the counter strike. And go, we use that leap strike out. Is his Zarak is actually gonna hit? No, it's not, but it's gonna be a Shadow Dash. Is he gonna try to finish out? Tidal Wave gonna be coming back into it. The spot the next is gonna be taking a lot of damage on his Zac, and his Zac is gonna be taken down from that broken shard, and we'll see if that engage is gonna be happening in directed camera.
He moved it! He moved it!
That is very tough. Great job by Ezreal picking up a kill on the Katarina, and now it's a 3v5. Great job by Jax really getting out there, using that mobility, but also Shushe and the team reacquiring and reassessing the situation.
Oh, I like that. The flash and then the safeguard into just the damages. Oh my god, Shushe. What kind of god are you today? So ultimately Dragonborne coming out ahead. There's our scoreboard 30 minutes in. This could lead into a nice Baron attempt for them, as they have not lost anyone. Well, quite yet. Broken Shard kind of dropping a little bit low. Mouvert in the back just looking out, being kind of the point sentry. And look at that ebb and flow going off, just healing him pretty much is all the damage, and that's going to be the Baron. It's a good job right there for the Dragonborne.
I think Dragonborne was ready for that one just a little bit. I mean, they knew that Jax was going to be split off a little bit. They cut him off just a little bit to the top of the little second turret, where the second turret would be. There's a really good engage, but the Nami ult really changed that fight. The Aqua Prison was actually the one that really captured, I think, Hintok or Hizak. So that really hurt him as well. So great plays by Nami, but overall just great plays by Dragonborne, using that team mentality against them.
Well, I guess we're looking at gold now, so 12 Cage of Twisted Fate, and another 10,000 to Katarina. We only have Shushe breaking that 10,000 mark. He does have that Mirror Mana now as well. Look at the similar builds between him and the Ezreal. Both of them with the Last Whisper, both of them with the Bloodthirster, and then on top of that, Mirror Mana versus the BF Sword. The Mikhail's Crucible is out for Nami, so good call on that. We do got a Trinity Force finally on top of Jax, with an Aegis to boot for our Lee Sin. So Dragonborne, as I said, I mean, if they can hang on those 15 minutes, they're going to start winning some of these and kiting out all those ultimates from GooGooMooMoo and then coming together as a team. I mean, that felt like a very nice, close-knit team fight for them, and they got the Baron out of it. And now look at this counter pressure they're able to put up against the GooGooMooMoo.
The one thing that GooGooMooMoo can't really do is actually defend. The poke is just way too strong with Ezreal's Mystic Shot. Ebb and Flow on top of that with the Dre's Shock Blast and Acceleration Gate. These just have a lot of damage incoming, so they can't really defend towers, although they can still engage if they really wanted to, but it'd be a interesting to engage because one of them would have to sacrifice themselves to try to get everybody else down.
Yeah, that tower just dropped real quick, and now knocking on the door here, the GGMs. You know, they are in real danger of actually losing out this next team fight, and then losing out an inhibitor, at least one.
I mean, with Baron on them as well for Dragonborne, they should be able to do some more damage. Interesting choice at Barrage. I think they just want to get him off the turret, but we'll see what will happen from there. Deucey Caitlyn used that Yordle trap to actually get some more damage onto that, but it has him to back away. Gonna try to re-rotate for GooGooMooMoo, and we'll see if Dragonborne can just push in for the win onto this middle inhibitor turret, but just really quickly, the CS scores are really high. The gold is coming right back into it. 3k down now. Dragonborne is closing the gap a little bit too fast, and I don't know if GooGooMooMoo can actually stop this train going backwards.
7-2 on Katarina, 5-1 on Twisted Fate, 276 creeps. Definitely been doing their work. Hosan getting caught out, blows out that cleanse, did get safeguarded as well. That's going to be a loss in the next upcoming team fight, and we might not actually be able to push into this tower. It has been chunked pretty decently. It's maybe in danger of actually getting backdoored later on, but I think that's about all they're going to get out of their Baron buff.
Yeah, I mean, it's still good enough. I mean, they still have a little bit down of gold, so I mean, they're going to still catch up in the later run. Now with double Bloodthirster, we have the Merman that's set up for Nitsashushe, now going to be built into Black Cleaver, probably finishing that up finally. It's looking really good. Mikhail's Crucible finish up for Nami. We got the Aegis of the Legion, plus on top of that, the Takiness of Lee Sin, and Jax, yeah, like you said, the Training Force built up and everything ready to go. It's looking good. It's looking really good for Dragonborne. While on the other side, Meander's Torment finally finished up for Katarina, but doesn't have Warmogs coming in really soon.
Tanky Katarina.
I don't know. It's a super tanky Katarina, but I feel like you could better serve your team with like a Def Cap or maybe even Rallies per se. But she needs to put a little bit more damage penetration into it because truthfully, I mean, they're kind of still squishy no matter what, and you can just damage them down super fast, but if you're not going to catch them out with the first initial burst of Katarina, especially with how much burst damage Dragonborne has, it's going to be a losing fight for this Katarina, who's going to stay alive probably 2 more seconds longer, but then again, she's not going to do as much damage.
Oh man, Guardian Angel on Twisted Fate, and just pick that baby up. He's up to 5 item now. Just has that Doran's Ring left, and it's going to be a similar situation for Katarina soon enough. That is a home guard on her boots, right?
Yes, that's home guard on the...
God, I want to see that so bad.
The teleport home guard gank,
Yep.
We'll see if that actually will happen. I don't think teleport's going to be super useful anymore, though, for Katarina, but I could be wrong.
Teleport home guard. I just want to see it in a tournament game. I don't know why. But ever since I saw it on Reddit, it's just like, yes, this needs to become a thing. So yeah, I guess we're going to see that Warmog's coming out soon enough. We also have that on Shen, and both of our junglers, very similar builds. We do have, of course, the difference there in the boots, but both of them rocking the Aegis as well as the Warmogs. And now, you know, Dragonborne back knocking on the front door, looking for this tower kill.
That was a great Shen Shadow Dash, but a great response by that Lee Sin getting that safeguard right to his teammate, making sure that he would save from there, because that would have been an easy engage. Probably an easy catch for GooGooMooMoo to catch onto the Dragonborne.
But they're having a hard time actually pushing in and landing any of this tower damage. I mean, the wave clear from the GGMs is just really powerful. It's really hard for the creeps to actually stand a fighting chance of tanking the tower and getting in there to knock that tower down a little bit. But, well, persistence is seems to be the mantra here from the Dragonborne, as they're not giving it up.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that, you know, usually teams would be split pushing at the time, like, especially because you do have like a Jace or something that has teleport. You can go push up top, but then again, Jace is one of your main man damage dealers, so I get why Dragonborne is doing it, just because the global presence on top of that, you have TF all, you have the Shen all as well, so you can't really do that anything. But truthfully, I don't know if this is actually the smartest idea. I would think that they would probably wanted to push bot, would have probably wanted to push top a little bit, and everything would reset, and then hopefully they would be able to catch up like Caitlyn or Nunu or something like that.
as you're going to be throwing out the True Shot Barrage just to help push that bottom lane. Now, last time we were knocking on the door, the top lane was actually kind of reversed. It was blue pushing in on top of the Dragonborne top tower, but now they got a massive creep wave to ride up there. It's going to be some nice farm for the now 300 creeps on Twisted Fate. Again, looking for that 6th item. We got that Warmogs now finished up on our Katarina. We got the Runic Aegis now finished up as well for Shen. So, you know, we are going to start hitting those 5-6 item builds on a lot more characters soon enough. Destiny coming out. Is it just using it to look for that Baron, I wonder?
It's probably just to look if everyone's situated for Dragonborne. Don't know if the Runic Bulwark is actually super useful, because technically there's no real AP, and Runic Bulwark only adds more AP magic resist. Can't really add any more armor and stuff, so don't know about that one from the Shen, and we do see the clear out for Dragonborne, so they're going to be pressuring this Baron yet again. We'll see if they can catch GooGooMooMoo.
Ward, counter ward. We don't have an Oracles here for the GGMs, but we do have it there on top of Mouvert, so any kind of ward that they are going to be placing is going to be forfeit. But we do have the attack speed and the focus here from the GGMs to actually just insta-destroy any counter wards coming out. So a little bit more of a Baron dance. We got a Shurelya's going to get popped out here by our Nunu, and it looks like we might be looking for that engage. Shadow Dash going off on top of Broken Shards, but Jack's going to jump in. True Shot Barrage clipping about 2 or 3, and a nice absolute 0 coming out, but it's not going to be enough to save that Katarina. She does drop, so does that Shen, and all of a sudden Dragonborne looking so powerful. 4 kills, 5 kills for 0 without a Baron, and that could be game, Mr. Bird.
Yeah, definitely with that ace and solidify that. There is a minion wave going to be pushing. I'm pretty sure they're going to be just taking up these Nexus turrets. The item choices like really interest me in the thought process of what GooGooMooMoo really wanted to do. And unfortunately for that, it costed them the game. Game 1 going to Dragonborne. Good job by them to catch up and come back into this game.
So, anyone calling a 2-0 for the GGMs, sadly, or maybe not so sadly for us viewers, you are mistaken, as Dragonborne able to come back very nicely in that end game. They were able to survive long enough to get to that state that you were saying. You know, they just need to survive, and they're going to be able to come back into it, and they did an extremely good job of that.